social media luxury to shocking criminal allegations, this is the story of John Lyon, the Bayelsa man whose dramatic arrest stunned Nigeria. Once known for his flashy lifestyle, he was later accused of involvement in high-profile kidnapping cases. But who is John Lyon and how did everything fall apart? Let's get into it. This is the most shocking moment a suspected kidnapper, identified as John Chukwuka, was questioned in connection with a series of high-profile kidnappings in Bayelsa State, Nigeria. In the video, the suspect tries to distance himself from the crimes, insisting that he was not the leader and not the owner of the camp. But during questioning, he admits that he was involved. According to his own words, he said that sometime the previous year, they carried out a kidnapping, and then again this year, another kidnapping operation took place. He claimed he was only the driver and that he was not the one who brought the job. He also said he was not fully aware at first that it was a kidnapping plot, alleging that he was told it was just a business issue and that he only helped by showing them where the victim lived. The suspect mentioned two victims, identified as Akim and Danjuma. He claimed that he was told one ransom payment was 45 million naira, while another was 80 million naira. At different points, he gave conflicting figures about how much money he personally received, saying he was given 1.5 million naira, 3.5 million naira, and even $10,000, which he said was changed to about 7.5 million naira. Throughout the interrogation, he repeatedly tried to minimize his role, saying he was just involved, that he was misled, and that the money given to him was merely a dash or tip. He denied being a hardened criminal and described himself instead as someone who does interior work for a living. But investigators pressed him on his admissions, especially on the role he played in identifying victims and showing kidnappers where one of the targets lived. When asked directly if he showed them the house, he answered yes, explaining that he simply pointed out what he said was his former boss's house. The suspect also denied being the gang leader, naming another man he referred to as Bal or Barley as the actual leader of the operation. He accused another suspect behind him of lying and claimed that person was the one who brought the kidnapping jobs. As the questioning continued, contradictions became more obvious. On one hand, he said he was not truly part of the business. On the other hand, he admitted involvement in at least two kidnapping cases and acknowledged receiving part of the ransom proceeds. After the suspect's questioning, police officials addressed the press and outlined the wider case. The Bayelsa State Police Command said it had intensified operations against kidnapping, armed robbery, and cultism, leading to the arrest of members of what they described as a notorious kidnapping gang. Police alleged that the gang had been responsible for more than 10 high-profile kidnappings over a period of 7 years. One of the cases involved Akim Madela, a bank manager who was reportedly kidnapped at his residence in Apollo on December 8th and later released on December 12th after a ransom of 80 million naira was paid. Another victim, Danjuma Ome, also a bank manager, was reportedly kidnapped at his residence in Okaka Yenagoa on June 30th, 2022, and released on July 14th, 2022, after a ransom payment police said totaled 60 million naira, made up of 30 million naira in cash and another 30 million naira in dollars. Police identified Emmanuel Charles Angas as the alleged gang leader. According to the command, he operated a kidnapping camp in the Creek area and confessed to participating in the kidnapping of Danjuma Ome, along with others. Investigators also said a brand new Toyota Avalon, believed to have been bought with ransom proceeds, was recovered. The police further identified John Chukwuka, also known as John Lyon, as the second suspect arrested in the case. They described him as a former staff member of a new generation bank and said he had become known on social media for his flamboyant lifestyle. Investigators alleged that he collected $10,000 from the ransom paid in the Danjuma kidnapping. Authorities also announced additional arrests tied to separate offences, including cultism, murder, armed robbery, illegal possession of firearms, and suspected pipeline vandalism. At the end of the briefing, police made it clear that all suspects would be charged to court once investigations were concluded. The command said it remained determined to make Bayelsa State uncomfortable for criminals. This case quickly drew widespread attention because of the suspect's social media image, his public lifestyle, and the disturbing contrast between his online persona and the serious allegations described by police. Now, the big question remains, was he simply trying to downplay his role, or was he revealing a deeper criminal network with others still at large? What do you think about this case? Drop your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.